because I always put things above priorities, you know, where I should be. And I always lost everything that I tried to get, right? So sobriety is the most important thing in my life. And if you think about it, it's so true, because what kind of father am I, you know, when I'm on drugs? I'm the kind of father who drops their kid off at a Little League game with felony weight crack cocaine in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of father I am. You know, did I mean to be that kind of father? No, but I was a drug-addicted father, and that's what we do. I'm not trying to be mean or cruel about it. That's just what I was, and it's just a fact. You know, what kind of friend am I? What kind of neighbor am I? What kind of brother am I? What kind of uncle am I? You know, what kind of driver am I? I'm scary is what I am. What kind of employee am I? I'm the kind that's dangerous, because you don't know how I am that day. How many days has he been up for? This kind of thing, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're dangerous people. But once we get sober, we get it. We're just the opposite. We're the best, you know, and we are the best of the best. And we care about people, and we become Miss Congeniality, and we win contests and stuff like that. And it's just the most awesome thing, you know. We may not win Miss America, but we will win Miss Congeniality, because everybody loves us and we care. So that's how that goes. So the third thing I was told to do every day was to call my sponsor every day without fail. Now I ended up starting out with the greatest of sponsors. My sponsor's name is Gary. As you can tell, I'm a man of many thousands of words. I am willing to talk, and I ask my guys all the time, what's the most memorable thing I've ever told you? And they look at me with a blank face and go, nothing. You know? Well, my sponsor said some things to me that have really stuck with me, and here's what ended up happening. I was working at Sears. I was selling appliances, Sears at Spring Hill Mall, and I was the best at it. I came into that door, and there were guys who were there 30 years, and I started out selling them within the second month I was there. I was good at it, you know. I could sell a refrigerator, a dishwasher, a stove. I cranked them out, water softeners all day. And within 6 months of being there, I'm moving up the charts. I'm the first one to ever do $100,000 a month in the store. I'm moving up during the district numbers. I'm selling all the extended warranties. I'm selling installs. You know, I can't believe this company survived before I got there, to be honest with you. I don't know how it made it all this time before I brought all these customers to them. So, you know, I'm just here on the arrogant side on this topic here. And so I'm going through all this stuff, and I've been there for a little while now. And one of the things we used to do was we used to keep a bag of M&Ms under our cash register. And it was a regular thing, routine thing. Everyone shared buying the M&Ms. It was just part of how we rolled. But food is not allowed on the floor at Sears, okay? And there are some very serious people, no senses of humor. There was not one funny person at Sears, I am convinced. I hope none of you work at Sears and Hoffman. Okay, you know, but there is not one funny person in Sears. So one day, somebody from the underwear department comes walking on over to appliances, you know, like, just go fold your underwear, don't worry about me. You know, I got stoves covered over here. And they saw me eat one M&M. What are you doing? I got an M&M. Well, you're not allowed to eat those. I go, I know, but they're under the counter. Go help yourself. Don't worry about it, you know. We all do it. You know, managers have been coming over for months doing this stuff, but he had not. So he says, I can't have you do that. I said, okay, don't worry about it. It was one M&M. I won't do it anymore. You know, I'll say anything. Get out of here. You know, go back to lingerie. So later that day, I get a phone call. Dennis to the manager's office. I'm like, oh, I must be winning an award. You know? And I trounced upstairs, and they said, Dennis, I'm understanding you ate some food on the floor. I said, yeah, he saw me. I'm not denying it. You know, Dennis, that's against the rules. I said, okay, I won't do it anymore. He goes, but Dennis, if we let you eat M&Ms, next thing we know, people will be ordering pizzas. I'm like, I don't think so. You know, I really don't. I don't think that's how it's going to go, you know. M&Ms may lead to Skittles, but that's about it, you know. I'm thinking that'll be the extent of that, you know. I really don't see it, you know, growing into pizzas on the floor. And I said, Dennis, we have to write you up for this. I'm like, write me up for this? I said, go ahead, write me up. So they write me up. You know, Dennis has learned that he's not to eat. You know, all the rules of Sears apply to Dennis. Dennis is not, exempt from any rules at Sears. All rules apply to all people. Dennis knows not to eat on the sales floor. Dennis knows that any eating on the sales floor is against the rules, and Dennis will not eat on the sales floor again. Okay, whatever. You know, and they turn the piece of paper to me and they say, would you like to put something down on there? I said, absolutely. And so I wrote on the sheet, isn't one M&M really just an M? And I signed my name and I went back to work. And so I thought that was just the cutest thing. I told the story. Everybody got a good laugh out of it. They were like, oh, that Dennis. And so months went by and I was still selling, stoves and refrigerators. And now, you know, the whole area, the whole big area, which is like 10 districts, there I am up on the charts. Oh, Dennis is this, Dennis thing. You know, Dennis is selling everything. Okay, great. And in walks on a Sunday afternoon during football season a lady wearing head-to-toe Green Bay Packer gear. What was she thinking? Well, Well, first of all, it wasn't even Green Bay week, okay? So this is a lady crying out for attention. Am I right? Walking around in Green Bay gear in Chicago in the winter. I'm talking about the stocking cap, the sweatshirt, Packers on her butt, you know. I'm talking green shoes, green socks. And first of all, let me say this. The green of the Green Bay Packers is not even a color that exists. Because there's nothing in this world that is the green of the Green Bay Packers. So they really don't even exist if you think about it, you know? The Green Bay Packers aren't even green. I mean, it's some lime color that has nothing to do with nothing. So I don't even know where they get this Green Bay thing from, all right? That's just my opinion, all right? So Green Bay lady walks in the door, and I'm the first one to see her, and first thing I say to her is something about Brett Favre and Vicodin. And she comes back with me, she fires back something about Rex Grossman and interceptions, and, you know, I'm thinking we're getting along great. This is the nicest conversation I've had with a Packer fan in years, you know? And she goes about shopping, and she comes, you know, and some time passes by, and all of a sudden she comes on back, and she stands in one of the intersections of our area, and they start doing something that we regularly see at the mall, and we usually laugh about it quietly to ourselves, and that's when somebody starts doing this. And they start looking around, and that means they can't find their parking spot, okay? We know what that means. They don't remember where they came in, and we call that Mallsimers, you know? So, I yell out, Packer lady has Mallsimers. All right, not my best decision. So, she leaves. We said some little goodbye, and she leaves, and that was a Sunday. And on a Tuesday, I get a phone call, Dennis Sheahen, the manager's office. I'm like, that award finally came through. They finally figured out I am the salesman. And I went up to the office, and there's the manager again. I go, what are you doing here? She goes, Dennis, are you aware of the fact when somebody says something negative about Sears, they tell 12 people? But when somebody says something positive about Sears, they only tell 4. So because of what you did, 12 people are no longer going to shop at Sears. We need to write you up. Oh my God. And I knew right away, Packer lady. Those damn Packers. They have ruined my life. So they write the piece of paper up. Dennis has said something that insulted a customer, and therefore this customer is feeling down about Sears, and we'll probably tell 12 people. Dennis understands that he can make no derogatory comments to any people at Sears on any occasion because it gets carried outside. They tell other people, and it reflects on the bottom line of Sears. Okay. And they said to me, all right, would you like to put your comment on the bottom? I said, absolutely. And they turned the piece of paper to me, and I wrote down, typical Packer fan, took 2 days to realize she'd been insulted. All right? And they fired me. All right? So, yeah, really. Come on. Where's their sense of humor? They fired me on the spot. So I walk out the